Hi Anna, how are you today?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good. I'm Leslie. I was the nurse that was with you when you were in the hospital.
Oh, I remember you.
Yeah,
Yes.
how are you doing?
I'm doing a little bit better. I'm glad that I'm home. It's it was kind of stressful to be in the hospital, but it helped with you got me a TV, so
Yeah.
that was not that I watch a whole lot of TV, but I like knowing that it's there if I want to watch it, and especially just before bed. I really like that to unwind.
That's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. So you've been discharged for about a week now, is it?
Yeah.
Okay,
About a
so I just wanted to see if there's anything we can do to maybe help you in the future. So last time we spoke, you said you were you had some stressors in your life.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
did you want to maybe explain what some of those were to me?
Well, I feel like I'm always needed somewhere. I'm being pulled in all different directions with my kids and even though they're grown. I think I remember telling you, they're out of the house, but they're still my kids.
Yeah,
I
you're always
worry
still a
about
mom.
them. And then my husband with his illness, and it takes a lot of care. There's a lot of stuff that he can't do that he used to do. So now I have to do that. And there's that, and then my parents. They're so far away. And they're getting older, and I don't know what's going on at home. I worry sometimes that maybe they're not telling me everything. I don't think they want me to worry, but I worry because I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Where do your parents live?
New Zealand.
New Zealand.
That's
so
where I'm
that's
from. Yeah.
Oh, so that's
Yeah.
really, really far away.
I haven't lived there in about 30 years.
Wow. Have you gone back?
I've gone back to visit probably about 4 times since I've moved. It's hard. It's really expensive.
Yeah.
So I try. But.
So how do you normally communicate with your parents?
Phone calls.
Phone calls.
Yeah. That's, years ago it used to be writing letters, but nobody does that anymore. So now it's, I see what time it is over there and I make a phone call. And,
Just kind of whenever you can fit one in?
Yeah.
So maybe, are your parents, kind of computer savvy?
Well, over the last few years, my father has gotten involved in the computer, and my mom, she'll get on there and type everybody's on Facebook.
Yeah.
So they find that that's a good way to keep up with my kids and talk to them, so they'll just send a little message and stuff, and they haven't figured out the difference between writing on somebody's wall and writing a private message, but they're getting there. So I think they can handle the computer okay for their age, I think.
Okay. So I was just thinking maybe we could set up a goal for you to keep in contact with your parents. So have you ever used anything like Skype or FaceTime?
Yeah, I've used Skype with my sister before.
Yeah, so do you think maybe that would be a way for you to be able to keep in contact with your parents?
I hadn't thought of that, but if they can get it to work, they might be able to find somebody around there that can give them a hand setting it up even. I don't know, is it hard?
I don't think so, no. Especially if you had someone that could help them set it up.
I know my kids set up mine, so I don't know, but if somebody could help them set it up, that would be great. I think they have a webcam on their computer, so.
Yeah, so that would be a great way for you to maybe keep in touch a little bit with them.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe you could come up with a schedule for you guys to maybe like a commitment that you would do a conversation maybe once a week, once a month?
Probably. We talk, sometimes it's 2 weeks, but I think if we could talk once a week and I could see them face to face, because seeing somebody is different. You get to see, it's different than a phone call. I think that would kind of ease some of my anxiety even a little over worrying about them if I could see them. So yeah, I'll definitely talk to them about that and about getting that and keeping in contact once a week, even if it's every Sunday night, or I guess it would be morning for me. And
yeah. So do you think we could try that and see in a few weeks if your anxiety has gone down a little bit?
Yeah, I think that would be great. I hadn't even thought of that.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
That sounds like a really good idea. So
So could you tell me maybe how it would alleviate your stress a little bit more?
Well, I think if I saw them, just seeing them face to face, I could get like a little, and not just seeing their face, but, and you always see the background,
Mhm.
and I get to see the background, and I get to see like how they're living and stuff, and I would see if something's bothering them, or if there's any problems, and, I might even be able to say, hey, what's changed in the house? It's been a while since I've seen their house, so, yeah. So I think just being able to see them for myself would alleviate some of the stress.
So that would be helpful?
Yeah, that would be very helpful.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I hadn't thought of that.
Awesome. Okay, so what's another stressor maybe we could look into fixing? Or
Well, my husband, like I said, like he used to do like so much around the house, and I don't want to bother anybody. I don't want to have my son come over and mow the lawn or do these little odd chores and stuff that my husband used to do. So I end up doing that. I mean, he has helped out since my heart attack. My son has come over and helped out, but they're busy too. So even keeping the laundry done up and dishes and cooking food and stuff, everything is just a little bit harder now.
Yeah.
Not that like I said, I've had some help with family and friends. Everybody cooks for me and brings me meals and stuff. You know how it is when you get into the hospital.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I think that that's still a big stressor in my life. I'm worried, like I don't want to overdo it, but at the same time, who else is going to do it? That's my worry. That's a big stressor for me. I still want to care for my husband.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of, there are companies that people come in and help around the house?
I have, but I heard it's awfully expensive.
Yeah, a lot of companies can be covered a little bit with Medicare, and there's all sorts of different options available to fit people's needs.
How do I know if I'm covered for that? Or how does that work exactly? Can you tell me more about it?
Most plans have a certain amount of hours that people come in, that you have people available to come in. So we would just have to check and see how many hours your plan covers.
Okay. And what would they do, or what could I ask them to do?
They do all sorts of things, like it really just depends on what your needs are.
Okay.
So sometimes people have people come in 1 day a week, they do laundry for them, they cook them a meal, they might, scrub their bathroom and their...
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I
just
would
things...
love that if somebody would come in and clean my bathroom.
Yeah.
That would be a huge stress reliever.
Yeah. And so what do you think maybe you'd like people to come in to do to help?
Well, I think some of the difficult things for me, because my laundry room is all the way in the basement. So to take laundry down and bring it back up and then fold it, it's a lot of work. Even though it's just the two of us, you have to clean your bedding, your towels, all that stuff. And so I think if I had somebody come in and do my laundry and even just do some dishes and cook a meal for me, that would be a huge help. And that would help relieve some of my stress, just because I don't have anybody to do that for me. So
Yeah.
it would be a big help.
And it'd be nice to know one day that you're going to have this person come in and have that all done.
Yeah, exactly. And let the dishes pile up. That's what I would do. No, I shouldn't say that. That's terrible. But it would be nice to not have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think that would do for your stress relief and your husband?
I think it would just mean, I feel like I'm caring for him, but at the same time I'm thinking about, I should go get that laundry put in, or I should go, so it would give me time. We could actually sit down and, maybe play a game of cards like we used to do. We used to do all that stuff.
Yeah.
And there's just no time anymore. So I think that would give me time to do that. I think that was my biggest concern, was that I don't have any time to do anything. And, I'm not a person that needs a lot of me time, but I like to have time with my husband, and I haven't had that quality time in a long time, so I'd like that. Yeah.
So we could get that set up, and we'll look into that.
Yeah.
Coming once or twice a week or whatever we decide.
Yeah.
And then we'll look into getting your parents Skype, and then the next time I come in, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, that would be great. I mean, I'm just thinking about, I could just feel like the weight come off my shoulders right now thinking about that.
That's awesome.
That would be just amazing if that could happen. So, yeah.
I'm glad.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for
I
letting me
didn't,
come
you
in.
know, I didn't think that any of this would be possible when you first sat down, but yeah, I can see a good future.
That's awesome, I'm glad.
Thank you so much.